Welcome! Today we are at artogsta's rendition of Sørkjosen Airport, Echo November Sierra Romeo in the northern part of Norway. Highly recommend artogsta's sceneries. He has some great ones over at flightsim.to. So today we are going to fly the Toag's Hangar AS315B Lama out of Sørkjosen up into the mountains for a little quick flight, and then back to land at Sørkjosen where we left off from. Okay, so I have just done the pre-flight checks, and I have started up the battery and the boost pump and the starter button. So now I am monitoring turbine RPM together with the turbine temperature, and also looking for the rotor RPM to start increasing. The purpose of today's flight is to test out the new Sim Update 1 Beta, and together with that the newly released new DLSS version 3.10.1.0.0 and also check if there are any improvements to the helicopter flight physics. Okay, so the helicopter has started up, and everything are looking good and as expected, so we are ready to start over towards the runway for takeoff. So starting to raise the collective and trying to get a two-stage pickup. So we are first trying to get light on the skids, then neutral any inputs required, and then the final lift-off to a stable hover. Instruments are looking good, so let's start a hover taxi towards the runway. The pickup felt really nice and easier than before to control, so there might actually be something new and good to the flight physics for helicopters. And as we taxi towards the runway, we check left and right for any traffic before we enter the runway. Lining up on the center line before we depart towards the south, runway 14. And then a climb over the airport and up into the mountains. Really cool to fly this iconic helicopter. The Lama, as I bet you know, was designed for high altitude operations. And today we are departing from sea level, so we won't be anywhere near those altitudes. Positive side is that we get to explore all those powers in this workhorse, and the vertical climb above the airport and up to the mountains is like a rocket ship. So, making a left orbit back towards the airport while we climb out, and trying to balance both cyclic collective and anti-torque pedals to keep the helicopter stable. Regarding the new DLSS file, I feel it's quite hard to see any improvements. There are still some jagged lines and some artifacts. I am currently running the DLSS in performance mode, but this is not an official Microsoft Flight Sim update for VR improvements. It's just the new DLSS file that's available through the DLSS swapper. So hopefully Microsoft also will come with their improvements to VR, and then it will be a lot better, I hope. Flying in over the mountain of Verksfjellet, I must say that the image I see in the VR headset is actually now really good. And unfortunately that is not so easy to capture when you are capturing from a VR headset, because to make it fit a 16:9 aspect ratio, you have to zoom in and adjust it a little bit, and some of the quality is therefore lost. To our left now is a herd of moose strolling around in the deep snow, so let's head over there and see if we can get close. Here, Moosey Moosey, come say hello to my llama. Well, I guess they are not interested. And what I found with a lot of animals in Microsoft is that they are really fast runners. They tend to run over deep snow and rivers and everything, and it's quite hard to catch up with. But of course it's nice to see those animals added to the flight sim, and it makes VFR flying, and especially helicopter flying, a lot more enjoyable. Alright, let's leave those moose alone and head for a place where we can try to land. The little island over there looks like a great spot. Trying to assess the landing area and make sure that it's stable enough and hard enough surface for us to land on, so we don't sink into any mud or into the water. We are fitted with skis today, so hopefully it won't be any problem. Nice landing. Let's take off again, follow the water and the river, and back towards Sørkjosen. Okay, let's descend down through this valley and make a right base for runway 14 back to Sørkjosen. In the descent I keep an eye out for my airspeed so that we don't overspeed the helicopter, and then it's just a matter of keeping it stable and avoiding any obstacles. So lining up on the center line and starting to reduce our speed to turn into the apron and park back where we started off from. One thing that I still feel is an issue is that the collective axis tends to jump a little bit, so when you're trying to be smooth and into ground effect, then it is easy to make the helicopter almost jump as you try to put it down. So that is one thing I hope they can smooth out. You can see it here as I come into ground effect and try to adjust collective to not smash into the ground, and it makes the helicopter jump a bit even though my input is rather small. Okay, back to the parking spot, and then I left the pedal turn and put her down on the ground and trying to do it in a gentle way. In the upper window in the replay, the animations are a bit off. Looks like the rotor is spinning with way too low RPMs, and also the landing light isn't on, so that's an issue with my replay and not with the helicopter. Okay, so final thoughts. Really nice flight in VR. There are still some jagged lines, but I'm not quite sure if that is due to the DLSS or to Microsoft Flight Sim. The flight physics are greatly improved, I feel, so load up and have a flight for yourself.